from it, yeah, when he's young. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I saw it the other day. Apologize for not making it to the funeral. So,
Stuff on the house.
I forget that I can just look up obituaries on my phone, I just was busy and then. Oh, well. What have you been up to, Richard?
Really busy, but nothing else.
Isn't that the way it always
It's
works?
so frustrating.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do stuff all day long, but at the end of the day, like the things I intended to do. I don't know.
I have gotten so many of those notepads from every charity known to man.
Yeah.
That I now got smart and I put things that are most important up top and I circle them and I put a big star next to them. Then I got the list so that I have to keep looking at it, even if I want to ignore it.
I just have like reminders and lists.
Sorry, I
Oh,
missed last
some of the stupid things dinging at me all day long, and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
No need,
Oh.
have any issues.
And I
so.
said, once I was retired, I should have lots of time.
Yeah, that's right, I'm retired.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I have more time.
We're on time, but then we got there.
Well, they always say
There's no
people
part.
are retired. and
That's the way it always
people are working.
Rain, ice.
Yep,
We cut that lock.
Already rolled out of there, didn't you see it?
But I did that.
That other one's there, nothing, and that one up there, like.
They gonna take
This
this chair
roll
back
today.
out of here?
No, we got too much charity.
That should have been on your list. That was. your-
Not on my list, I've been already.
No, it was his. I never even thought to send you a message saying.
My list is
That's what was just
No.
Just too many things.
Who's going? I'm first. He was the only person that said, I can't remember, which is fine, because I know where he is, you know, his work. Joe said he was a director. I'm hoping. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, I
Tucker.
thought I heard Lenny come in, maybe
Yeah,
it
we
was.
got
Don't make the restaurant, don't make a joke of this, Kate, let you.
Bobby puts a dollar on the sink over there.
I'm retired. And you're retired.
You retired?
What?
You retired?
Yes.
Why don't you
Absolutely.
clear that up?
Absolutely. I'm saying yes to things I shouldn't be saying yes to. Oh, gee. What does that sound like? That being forced to say yes a little bit.
We just have to get a lot more people into this town, you know, so that.
No one over 72 allowed in here.
Then Marty, then you're not allowed in here, aren't
Yes,
you?
read. I am.
What?
I can go to 6 months till I'm 60, 73.
What did you say? Nobody over 72?
Yeah.
Can I go home?
You're not 72.
I'm 77.
You are not.
Yeah, I am.
no
Oh,
way.
gee,
Well, you can do
you're
that.
weathered, but hey. Up with Buddy Todd, you been up?
But
What do you got there, Don?
I have tickets to a concert
Oh, yeah,
tonight
today.
called Remember Jones at the Pickle Barrel. I have the owner of the Pickle Barrel looking for ski
He's a
tickets for
character.
tomorrow. I got them.
Yeah,
And
one day.
now I have the guy who booked the ski tickets who wants tickets to tonight's show, so.
How you gonna get them to me? Just like that.
Like that. Modern technology.
No. No.
No.
They accept those rules?
I will make that motion, I will second it, third it,
You can't retire till you're 100.
can't retire, period.
I've been texting back and forth with the two of them.
My brother got
You wait,
165
I
bucks.
mean,
Next year.
it's supposed to be 48 hours a day.
It's 2 months.
Yeah, I texted him, I was on my way to that.
Oh.
I said, I'll give it a try and see what I can do.
What did you do before you retired?
I read flowers.
Don't get in trouble.
Bonnie,
No talk.
remember when we had a meeting, it's not supposed to talk to everyone around you.
I was just telling her that. I was just telling her. I said, remember,
Start, talk
Don't
away,
talk.
honey, talk away. You don't have really power to order that. Don't
I'm
kill
reminding you, so I
her.
don't have to yell at her later.
Please.
here, you wanna throw something at him? Well, we can't, because, you know.
I would hope so.
Speaking of that one.
Don't let her have a pencil, just scratch it all over the meeting.
It goes tonight or what?
Yeah, I guess so. We should have brought him a sticker for her.
No kidding. Oh, perfect speaker.
That guy today at Shaw's, we had a candy and buy two.
What's your
free. He bought two. So then he come back in and she's like, why can't you just buy one get one? And I'm like, no, it's buy two get two.
Registered.
Well, I want my money back. And I'm like, you don't want, I said, I want my money back now. I said, well, you don't have to be rude.
We bought two, so take two more.
Yeah, so like, so you ended up with nothing.
Put yourself in the sugar.
And it was a Snickers. I'm like, I really think you should have bought that Snickers.
Oh, deal with people.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's fun,
fun.
they say.
It's fun.
All right, let's get going here. I'll call the meeting order. Please rise. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, in case of fire or emergency, there are two exits from room, three exits from room, there, in case of an exit, three exits from there, exit, clear the exit. And go as far away from the building as possible, so rescue squads and emergency squads and Bonnie can guide people around. All right. Notice this is being recorded. Go on Zoom and live YouTube streaming, so there. Assessor's not there, Highway Association is not here. We have three memorials today. Colin Warren, James Mata, and Rosemary Morris. So we have those. I would ask that you remember these people in your own way, especially Colin, who gave so much to the fire department and to the community. And was one of the, was the spouse of one of the longest serving families in Hampton, one of the original founders, and there's a lot of Warrens buried up in the cemetery up there. Please remember them all. And a resolution to accept the minutes as mailed.
I'll make a resolution to accept the minutes as mailed.
Motion by Mr. Sadie, do I have a second?
I'll second
Second by Ms. Karen. Do we have any omissions, corrections?
Mrs. Sarah, not Miss Sarah.
Mrs. Karen. Nurse Karen.
Miss Sarah's fine with me, just not Miss.
Okay. Ms. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Permits and subdivisions, none. Dog control officer, I didn't hear any.
Did you hear anything from John Mashik?
I have not.
He obviously doesn't remember because he stopped me on the road and he asked me when the board meeting was because he has some kind of subdivision that he wanted to do, so.
But there was a, on his map in the corner,
they had Mashuk Trust, and it's now in his name, so I don't know if he has to have that changed.
He may have to before it comes in. He
And
may
John
figure it out.
Grady's away, we found that out the other day, so that may be why,
Yeah,
but it's just a line adjustment.
I hired John to do it today, get it back in 6 months.
Yeah, well, he's on vacation or something.
I spent the winter for it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Tax collector, where's my money?
Well, I gave you a check last week, and then you'll get another check next month. I have about 86 parcels left to go.
Cool.
So they're coming in. I had one payment this week, but it didn't have the $2 on it, so I'm waiting for them to send it to me. They paid $9 to get the check here a day late, and they would put $2 in.
Dave Rickard had to get from notice.
Really? Good.
Maybe, if you remember.
Should I call?
Planning board report.
Yeah, I typed this out for myself because it's a little long, but I thought it would be important to let the town board know what's going on. We had a meeting, which was our regular night meeting on March 9th. And that one was used to do this work for the agriculture plan. Attending it was Brian Gilchrist from Cornell Extension Education, Pamela Landy from County Planning, Chris Crawling from Agriculture Stewardship Association, and Nan, who's our consultant. Corinna Aldrich from Botter County Soil Conservation District was unable to get here because that is the one night it snowed out of the entire whenever. All these people drove from miles and miles away. And I had a conversation with her on the phone on Monday. The subjects that they were talking about was a summary of each organization that they're involved in on how that impacts agriculture in the county. Sharing with us the summary of the, we shared with them the summary of the survey. And if anybody wants a copy of it, I can email it to you. All I need is your email address. It's 55 pages long, so it goes through all the questions and all the things. So if anybody would like that.
Actually, I think I posted online.
Did you? That'd be good.
I
You
read it.
emailed it to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
I don't know if you posted it.
But anyway, I can if anybody is interested, or if you hear of anybody who is, all I need is their email address. And I had then sent back to them, because we just briefly went over these with them when they were here, just some basic things about it. And I sent them, who would come to our meeting, a copy so that they all have it. Because they were interested in what the people of the town of Hampton have thought about agriculture in our own community. We had a roundtable discussion in here. It was nice because we had, that's why all the chairs are still here. We had a great big giant circle with everybody kind of spread out. And discussing the strengths of, for farming in Hampton and the surrounding region. And then a discussion of the challenges, the barriers, the problems, and any issues to farming in Hampton and the surrounding region. And what they believe are threats and the biggest concerns related to farming here that we should be aware of. I have an entire thing that I'm trying to put together, which is all my notes of what I took that night. And when I get that complete, then I will send it off to the town here. Because we had a nice discussion. I think that went really well with all of them. And then what suggestions for strategies, actions, or opportunities to enhance farming in Hampton could be included in our agriculture plan. The next steps that we have is to put all the information from that meeting together in a document, which I want to send to my board members and the town board. And then we need to contact again all the farmers who came to that first meeting we had in October, because we want to update them as to what we have been doing. And then I am speaking with Nan again on Monday, and that is, she is going to give us a to-do list of the things we can begin to work on vision and strategies for this plan, because the wondrous state of New York is gonna be probably late into the summer before they're gonna ever approve her contract, along with another 199 other contracts they have. And Jeff Kehoe did speak with her yesterday. She's gonna let me know what that conversation was, but he finally did get to her to let her know what exactly is going on. So we are not going to be doing anything now for a number of months until that all gets resolved. And so meanwhile, you sit on what you have, and she's willing to not worry about it. And she's just gonna direct me to tell us what we need to be working on, and that's what we'll do ourselves. So,
The problem is until the contract's signed, we can't issue a check,
no, I know,
because we don't issue a check, before that, we don't get paid for it.
no, I know that. It's like I told you, I sent 3 emails to Jeff Keough, and by the third one, you wouldn't have wanted to get it, because I was really frustrated. But they're just, don't take contracts to be important to anybody, so that's the way it is. But anyway, we decided she's really good at telling me what we need to do. So she will just give me a list of the things that then we will do as a board and keep putting that stuff together. Because we have a lot of information now in this, and we've been gathering other information about things the state has been doing that help with agriculture, with what these people in these different agencies have for us. We can go to them directly now and say, this is what we need, and that makes it easy for us. And we'll just do all the legwork and follow that down. Nan knows how these get put together, since she did Granville's and worked on the counties. And so she can just say, we need stuff for this section, this section, this section, and we'll keep working on it. So that's where we are on that. The survey, we ended up with 130 surveys that came back. That was 24% return. They figured between 20 and 30% is a good return. So we were happy with that. And the way this came out was 108 of them were residents that aren't involved in farming. 14 of them were people who are involved in farming and produce some type of agricultural products. And that could be very small ones, along with the bigger ones. And landowners who rent to farmers, there's 8 of them. And the rest is, I mean, there aren't any young people looking to go into farming or anything like that. But that was a good response. And Nan was really happy with that, and so were these people that were there, because they couldn't believe we got that kind of return. And I said, it's like anything, you have to market what you want to have done, or it won't, nothing will happen. So we were very happy with that. So that is that report. I gave her a copy, so you can do whatever you want with it. But we'll keep working on this. It's a project that was set up with this grant with a 4-year time frame in which to get it done, which is probably why the state doesn't care to move too fast.
You'll have it done by the time I send the contract.
That's right.
Hey,
And then they'll have to write a very big check after you have to unfortunately write a very big check, which won't happen, so. Which is why I kept after Jeff Keough. We can't upfront the entire thing. Yeah. So anyway, he knows how mad I was. But that's all of our report. We didn't do anything else in our meeting except approve our minutes.
Very clean, that's posted on the website.
Oh, it is on there? Good.
Right on the front page over the building,
Oh, okay,
over the line by the chapel.
good. Because then if anybody is interested in, oh, and one other thing that came out of that with talking with all of them, getting information around the town is really difficult in every one of these small towns. And in this one, because of how we're geographically situated, it's really hard. But I think this at least sparked a little interest. And if we have anything else that comes up that is worthy of news, I will get it down to the Granville Sentinel and Whitehall Times, because they're very nice people there. So it would just help to once in a while have Hampton news. That's good news. I told him
Yeah,
never any bad
we
news.
need good stuff, we need good stuff.
Good. I told him I don't want to ever see bad news. I'll never give him any more, ever.
Well, it ran off from Harold last week.
Yeah. So that's all my report.
Okay, thank you. Highway superintendent.
Sure you want that one?
Nope.
No?
Uh-oh.
All right.
You want to make excuse?
Yeah. So we've got a couple snowstorms since last meeting. Everybody knows it's been kind of soft, so. We've had a few people wondering why we weren't right on top of everything as fast as we usually are. We're just trying to keep trucks. We did a little bit different with one ton, we went a little bit more on the dirt roads. I think it's done a good job. I mean, we're not in terrible shape yet. I'll let you know more on Monday. During the last storm, we broke a rim on the tandem. We couldn't go through a meeting without the tandem being mentioned, just so you know. Which also broke an air can. We had to call Pete and do it on the roadside. I couldn't get the truck back to the shop here. We brought it up to Pete. I had him inspect that center axle for the other rims, and they were all starting to crack around the centers. So four rims were purchased and put on. I do probably suggest in fall before next winter the rear axle gets done. They're in better shape. I don't know why that is, but the center axle takes usually more weight anyways. Our sand and salt situation still looks good. We still have one more load of salt to order to start in next year to mix with our sand pile. So I think we're in really good shape there. The screen we built is amazing. We're gone from 25 minutes load tandem down to about 10. That's been great. For $1,500 we have into it. It's pretty awesome. We did start ordering filters and oils for spring maintenance on equipment. So our next month CarQuest bill will probably be a little higher than normal.
Wonder what that is.
Right. I'm gonna do a little comparison of what the prices were per filters compared to last year. I didn't see a huge difference so far, but the oils. We started patching a little bit of the bigger potholes on the blacktops today. We're using bags because Peckham plant isn't open yet, so we're using bags. It's expensive, but we're trying to get the big ones. You know, big whoppers that usually I get phone calls about, get them out of the way. We talked in the county about getting a chipper here because as soon as the roadside is dry on the edge, it's still too early to grade. We want to be chipping and be ahead of that. Culverts for South Road for prepping for pavement. I have not heard back from Lane on the prices on them. I was hoping here today so I could present it. There's going to be 4 20-foot, 18-inch sections, 4 15-inch, 20-foot sections, and I hate to do it because I like 15-inch. There's one culvert I cannot get. I know I can't get under the ledge, so it'd be a 12-inch crossing culvert. But I'll wait back for them and then I can email Dave or whatever and let you guys know what the price is on that. Tuesday, we just
How long would you ask for those prices?
the other day.
Okay.
He's usually good, but he emails everything. He doesn't return a phone call. So, which is all right. I mean, it all comes in one shot, but it's nice to sometimes get a phone call that kind of, okay, get this rolling. Because I think he does his email all in one day. Really do. So, Tuesday, 3/15/22, we assist emergency crews with clean up the sawdust truck rollover just past 18 here. We stayed around for the tow truck company if we're needed for assistance to get the truck on the road. The 81/59 culvert for the T7 bridge project in South Road was delivered yesterday. And we will start stockpiling materials as soon as the wind comes off the trucks for all the materials we need. Besides that, after I wrote this, our pressure washer kicked the bucket, but I think we can get one for under 500, so not too worried about that. But that was the other thing, bro.
Know who the sawdust truck was or no?
Holly Canal. Canal Fire at Harwell.
Did he hit?
Yeah. He pulled right out and tapped her, and then he went over another lane. Lucky.
One that grows.
Never seen a dump truck hit the ditch, flip over, the windshield was still in one piece out of the truck. We sent the windshield back up with this guy. It was just wow, 36,000 you just put into that truck and the engine.
Oof.
So
I thought it might have been Nate Smith, he was about 84 years.
no, Nate wrecked one a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Nate really shouldn't be.
No,
You
he's so, I feel bad every time I see him get in and out of that truck.
He won't quit.
No.
I worked for the man forever. He was a slave driver when I worked for him, and he just won't quit now.
I bet nails for Nate before.
Oh,
I think you're going home. Here's a bucket of nails.
Jesus boy.
Yeah.
Any idea how bad the price of asphalt's gone up this year?
Oh, I was gonna share that with you. That was the pressure washer kick the butt. Right now, we're at $10 to $15 increase, and that's a guarantee
Per yard,
per ton.
per ton.
So what's the next total, 70,
76.
76?
76 and change.
Next year?
And I mean, that's pretty much in stone, the way they wrote the letter. I was gonna share the letter, but I forgot about it. And it pretty much said, you are gonna eat this. That's exactly how it said. It's no other way. You guys are gonna have to pay this. So that puts a big damper on what we're doing, but
20%?
so, let's hope it doesn't go anymore. Can't, they don't sound too, promising, but we'll see how it does once the plant opens up and we get rolling.
Let's see. Any questions for Tyler? Okay. Next is the supervisory report. Next modification made, so first thing is the general budget. We moved $26,458.11 from unexpended balance and put it in A99 for contingency fund. And the second is the highway budget modification, appropriate balance of $10,473.90 and move it into general repairs contractual expenses.
I'll make the resolution. I'll make a resolution to, general budget to modify the unexpended balance, the amount of $26,458.11 moving that to the contingent fund.
I'll second it.
Motion by second by Kenny. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Roll call. None.
Councilman Dean, this is our rule.
You never have to have a roll call vote.
Councilman Patrica is absent. Councilwoman Karen,
Yes.
Councilman Sadie,
Yes.
Supervisor O'Brien.
Yes.
Make a resolution that we move the highway budget modification appropriated balance of $10,472.90 to a general repair contractual expenses of $10,472.90.
I'll second it.
Motion by Don, you have a second?
Motion by Ken, second by Ron.
Second by Dan. Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Dean,
Yes.
Councilman Patrica is absent. Councilwoman Karen,
Yes.
Councilman Sadie,
Yes.
Supervisor O'Brien,
Yes.
I'll make a resolution to accept the supervisor's report as amended.
Motion by Don, you have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Campbell. All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Carried, I guess.
I said aye. Yes.
Okay, that's chips. We asked a question about that, we're gonna get here. Stimulus. We talked last month, did you find out any information on the containment system for diesel?
We're getting closer. The thing is, we found 1,000-gallon tanks through the roof. And we're trying to haven't found out yet whether if we go with a double wall tank, do we need containment? Just talking about the other day, so I don't think if it's double wall, you need containment. There is also a tank, it's a single, but it's what they call a half, so it's built in one, the tank is already built with the shroud. If we go to a double wall tank, 1,000 gallons, we're at like $11,000, $10,000 to $11,000, which is ridiculous. 1,000 gallons is something you have to have. It's a kind of a flat. So trying to play with some numbers now, so make sure
I understand how we're using stimulus money to pay for it,
I know,
so.
we're still like blowing money out
you know,
the window. I mean, if we could save a little bit there and we can find other things to blow our own money
I
on.
think we're struggling to find out how to spend all the stimulus money and what it's coming down
The
to.
problem is what you use it for,
Right,
that's the problem.
they have your hands tied on most of the stuff that we really need.
Building a break room, we could use a break room over there in the shop. We've been eating dusty cheeseburgers for 8 years. You should have saw our hamburgers after building that screen. They were rusty hamburgers.
Well, all I had to do was cook outside, and eat outside.
It's cold. I don't want cold burgers.
Just the doors open, let heat come out, heat the outside too.
The furnace was hot.
No, it wasn't.
Was it running? It runs through 4 cycles before it shuts down.
I will tell you, when I took the paychecks over there, and I walked in that door.
It will, that blows the heat off. That's why we don't shut the emergency off, so we don't burn off the heater. Because we just shut that off, it doesn't do its cooling cycle. It runs through, I think, 4 cycles to cool that down before it'll shut that furnace off. It takes about an hour.
It was, 40 degrees outside, and 60 degrees inside, and heat's coming out, that temperature's gonna go
What'd you
up.
do, stand in front of the door?
No, I didn't. I could hear it.
Why do you hear that? Furnace is gonna run.
I was paying what? $3 or $4 a gallon for oil.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, we still have an answer. We're pretty well used last year's, we had $2,200 balance negative. It's gonna come out the second portion, so.
Well, the next question with that tank too, being 1,000 gallon, is placement. So that's something I gotta figure out too. Future wise,
You have to put a concrete base underneath it.
and there's something else that come up. If I go with, I think just a regular tank with the half wrap, it's just gotta sit on the concrete. Yeah, so, but placement's everything, because we look forward to the future here with our DEC pushing for more of the having covered sand piles. I really don't wanna put this tank in a spot where we just dump 20,000 or whatever into put a tank in, and then it's right away with, if we do get forced into a covered sand pile, which is coming.
Do we look at the left side of the building where the bigger overhang is? I mean, it kind of sort of puts the diesel fuel right next to where the trucks are.
Just keep, yeah, I mean, that's an option. Then I gotta see how far away from,
Building it has to be.
like this, I don't know how close.
Right.
There's a lot to it. And you start talking into this thing and it's like, everybody's like, oh, it's lenient, it's, oh yeah, it's not that bad. And it isn't terrible, as long as we don't go over they don't consider it bulk fuel storage till we get over 1,100 gallons. So I just wanna make sure we got our T's crossed and everything, and make sure we're not doing this again until I'm not here, and then you guys can worry about that.
You're here where most of the stuff covers is dead. You said it that way. Okay, we'll see, get the numbers, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with it. Now, that tank still out there stinks, right? Water.
It didn't get swallowed any better, Dave. That's for sure.
Where did Joe Williams,
Yeah, I keep asking him about it, and he says, it's a brand new tank, he said, let it die, and then we'll come back and put a water system in.
Meanwhile, it stinks.
Meanwhile, it stinks, but. Hey, I'm getting used to it.
Tell him he can have the damn tank and usually sell someone else a brand new tank for Christ's sake.
You know how he is.
I don't know. So I guess someone else doing that really.
Yeah, that was why you called
Why you call me?
Well, you said that's using hot water and the windows is,
me. It does put a, awful
Come on.
film on it. It's hard, it doesn't come out.
I'll get the town $10 for that tank and just replace it.
I'll get it. I gotta get some culverts first. We got culverts. That's the most important part now, culverts.
Okay. All right. So I would explain our numbers. It looks like $2,000 for water in the town garage. And we talked about possible generators for $7,000 a piece. Until we don't know what the numbers are gonna be for the rest, I don't want to allocate anything since we're not gonna get the money until July or August anyway. Okay? Last item I had is that the county is doing shared services in terms of data collection. They can do the data collection more efficiently than the assessor can. So they're going to do it for, I think it was fee based on the parcel count. $2 per parcel. So will save us paying her to get some of the data collection for us if we need it. So this is an agreement for shared service between the town and the county. So that's what we'd like to do. So in terms of town, I think there's 635 parcels, if I remember correctly. Maybe 700, so it's about $2,100.
Which would pay more if we had to do it on our own.
So we want to do it for-
So do we need to make a resolution to pass this and accept this?
That's correct.
Okay, then I will make a resolution to enter into the agreement with the county for data collection.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And what is the resolution number?
26. So somewhere on here it says that it has to be, you have to have a, no, you have to have a,
Public hearing?
yeah, is there something that you have? to-
No, just this is a
Oh,
word.
it's subject to permissive referendum.
Yeah,
Permissive referendum.
Yeah, so it's not mandatory, so this is if somebody in 45 days.
right, so subject to permissive referendum, somebody wants to fight it, they can get signatures, come to the board, and we have to have a public hearing.
Okay. This is-
I thought there was a. Where's the regular resolution now?
Oh, there is.
Here it is, right with the permissive referendum.
Okay. You said it's 26.
Yeah.
That's the 17th day of March. I don't think they've changed my preference there yet.
I like the end of March.
It's the 17th. It's not the 15th.
Start.
We signed this on the 18th, so.
That's tomorrow. What?
I don't know.
I just signed a contract worth $7 million. It's dated one date, and I dated it a month afterwards. You got a resolution that covers everything. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. All right, any other thing? Going once, going twice? That was for our stimulus funds, but then associates of towns told us to sign it. And
The resolution to pay the bills. That's next one.
Except that we had two people in town that got abandoned property. My brother got one already.
Yeah. Check. Well, who it was from, but they wouldn't tell us the amount, right?
Yeah, right,
And they said it'd be 15 days and you got it in a week.
yeah, we, the
You got a
day
check?
she sent it out, the check was in the mail.
So where you go?
You let
Well, you don't have. I didn't have a letter.
Tammy got
Oh,
one.
you did? It's on the website.
Well,
It's been a month. You moved. and you forget the account goes to stay after a while. But at least it was fair, you just have them set up sometimes.